Good afternoon, and welcome to the Roger W. Seaman Auditorium in Vienna. I'm so honored to speak to you today, and the town is so honored to host this event. Today, we are welcoming new citizens to our nation, and that is a reason to celebrate. I'm the mayor of Vienna, Linda Colbert. Each of you have a unique story. Different languages, different traditions, and different experiences. Today we come together not in spite of those differences, but because of them. Our country has always been a strong nation because of its diversity. Here in Vienna, as well as other towns and cities in the United States, our community is stronger and more vibrant because of the contributions of people of different backgrounds. Our nation's story is formed by immigrants, including our forefathers who were immigrants themselves or were descended from them. Their contributions laid the foundation for the country we are today, and they possessed courage, intelligence, and a commitment to liberty and self-governance. As you become a United States citizen today, remember it is not just a legal status. It is a commitment. You will have the rights that come with it. You will be able to vote, to run for office, to serve on juries, and speak on matters that you're passionate about. But you will also have a responsibility. Each of you have a background and a perspective that will enrich our communities, our schools, our neighborhoods, our businesses, and our towns and cities. Get involved and share your talents. Volunteer. Congratulations again to each and every one of you. We are a better, stronger, smarter, and more hopeful community and nation because you are now part of our shared story. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Is this on? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Wow, that's much better. Are we excited?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, this is the best part of my job. I'm pretty excited for you, and I'm very honored to be here today. My name is Juan Wood. I'm one of the section chief at the Washington Field Office, United States Citizens Immigration Services. You already met Lena Gerbert over here. She's a mayor of Vienna. I would also like to take this moment to introduce, like she said, Mr. Mark Keam, president of Korea American Institute, and Brandon Fockett, acting associate director of External Affairs. It is my pleasure to welcome you, your family, friends, and distinguished guests to today's special naturalization ceremony at the Vienna Community Center. I would like to thank the town of Vienna and staff for hosting us in this beautiful, fitting venue as we celebrate the 2025 Liberty Amendments Month commemoration. To officially begin our ceremony, I would like to ask everyone to rise for the presentation of the colors by the Girl Scout Service Unit 5010 and the singing of the national anthem by Catherine Wilson. After the national anthem, please remain standing for the retirement of the color.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order arms. Color guard, post the colors. Color guard dismissed.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite Brando L. Fouquet, Acting Associate Director of External Affairs, USCIS, to call the countries and present the candidates for naturalization.
Candidates, when you hear your country of nationality called, please stand and remain standing. Afghanistan. Please. Bolivia. China. Colombia. El Salvador. Germany. Ghana. India. Iran. Liberia. Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. Mr. Wood, I present to you 14 candidates representing 14 countries who have applied to become citizens of the United States. Each of the candidates has been interviewed by an officer of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and unless exempted by law, has demonstrated the ability to read, write, and speak words in the English language. Each has demonstrated his or her knowledge and understanding of the history and the principles and the form of the government of the United States. Mr. Wood, I recommend that these candidates be administered the oath of allegiance, thereby admitting them to United States citizenship.
Thank you, Mr. Fouquet. Candidates, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, estate or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign or domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, and that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, and that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Woo! Congratulations, you're new American citizens. Woo! Now that you have taken the oath of allegiance, I would like you all to remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I would also like the remainder of the audience to stand. Unlike the oath of allegiance, when you repeat after me, when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we say it in unison. So we all say it at the same time. I would like to ask a member of the Girl Scouts from Service Unit 5010 to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. You may be seated. All right. At this time, allow me to introduce to you today's keynote speaker, Mark Lee Keam, President of Korean American Institute. Mark Lee Keam is a naturalized American who devoted his life to service. During his long career as a public servant, an executive, and attorney, he held a variety of leadership roles in the government and in the private sector. In the government, Mr. Keam was appointed by 2 presidents of the United States to serve in the policy-making roles. He was also appointed by 2 Virginia governors to serve as the advisory boards. Additionally, Mr. Keam was a top legal advisor to the Assistant Leader of the United States Senate. For 2 terms, Mr. Keam represented residents of town of Vienna and surrounding communities of the Virginia House Delegates, rising in the ranks to serve as a chair and vice chair committees. Mr. Keam was the first immigrant-born Asian to be elected at any state-level office in Virginia. In the private sector, Mr. Keam was in the House Counsel for Fortune 15 tech company, head of National Asian American Chambers of Commerce, and independent business consultant. He currently leads the research think tank and serves in the boards of a few businesses and nonprofit organizations. Mr. Keam was born in South Korea and lived in Vietnam and Australia before moving to America as a teenager. His wife and the 2 children, they all live here in Vienna. Help me welcome Mr. Mark Lee Keam.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is an amazing, amazing time to be here. And all of you, except for the first row, you've just witnessed something that makes this country amazing. The fact that somebody can come from another country, as far away as I heard Ghana, and from Iran, and from China, and from all these other countries, come from another country where you have a whole life, you got your whole family, everything about your life until that point has all been there, and you decide to just give that up, travel either on a plane or on a ship, however way you got here, and after waiting patiently and going through all the processes, here you are as my newest fellow Americans. And so congratulations, first of all. Madam Mayor, council members, state senators, state delegates, and so many other dignitaries who are here. Supervisor, thank you for joining us as well. Special occasion. The one person that Mayor Colbert did not mention earlier that I wanted to single out is Lily back there, Lily Woodman, who's done the tremendous work, her in the department, everybody else, all the staff people, especially the ones that are running the AV, the volunteers, the music people. Thank you for making this special. I know that none of you are going to remember any of the names in a year or two or three, but you are going to remember this moment. And the reason why I can tell you that is because unlike many of you in this room, I know what it's like to be in that seat. I went through that myself. It was the year 1991, so about 34 years ago. And I had come to America when I was 14 years old from a different country. And after doing our paperwork and waiting for a long time and going through all the tests, finally, in December 12th of 1991, I was one of you standing in a much bigger room at the time, frankly. This is Los Angeles, so it was a huge room. And I was one of probably a few hundred people that raised my hand, swore the exact same oath that you just swore. And at the end, when I put my hand down and then I pledged allegiance to the flag, it had a different meaning than all the other times when I pledged my allegiance to the flag before that. Because all of a sudden, it was no longer a flag. It was no longer a country. But from that moment on, it became my country. And the one essence of becoming an American citizen, as you will soon discover the moment you leave this room, you are no longer a guest. You're no longer just renting an apartment. You're no longer waiting around for somebody to let you in. From this moment on, you are an owner of this country. You are a part owner, just like everybody else who's gone through this process for 250 years next year, when the United States of America became a nation. And so from this moment on, you should stand up taller and a little bit more prouder and a little bit more passion in your heart at the idea that you are now an American. Nobody can take that away from you. But more importantly, you have become an owner that comes with responsibilities. Now, the mayor mentioned earlier that becoming a citizen is a privilege. And I will tell you, I have taken advantage, full advantage of every single right and benefits that I can have from this country. I have done everything in my powers to enjoy every single benefit that this country has given me and more. I have applied for a U.S. passport and used that wisely to travel all around the world. I have registered to vote, and I've chosen some good people, chosen some not so good people, but bottom line is I was able to exercise my rights to choose the people that I want to represent me in government. I was able to use my U.S. citizenship to move to the East Coast from California, where I grew up, and find a job in the federal government, our United States federal government, just across the river from here, where I've had a variety of different jobs within the federal government, including, could you imagine, a young kid coming from Korea with no English-speaking abilities, no connections, no money, one day working for not just one president, but two presidents of the United States. And I had a chance, as an attorney for a while, working for the federal government, to walk into a United States courthouse and to stand up in front of a judge with a black robe and say, Your Honor, my name is Keam, and I'm here representing the United States of America in this plaintiff's case that we brought. I've had the chance to not only work for governors and senators and politicians, but I've also been a business owner where I was able to take full advantage of the economic opportunities that America gives us as a capitalist system, where we can just use our heart and soul and our energy. And I know there are many of small business owners in this room and many entrepreneurs who've made your piece of the American dream come true as well. But I've been able to see successes economically and otherwise because this country allows anybody to come and work your heart out and put your sweat equity in and then build something that you can leave behind to your family and to others. And finally, for whatever reason, I decided to try maybe the most difficult thing that a citizen can do, which is to step up and try to represent the interests of our neighbors and friends. And for whatever reason, many of you in this room gave me that chance. And for 7 terms, I was elected to represent you in the town of Vienna and the mayor, and we've had amazing partnerships, and I was able to have a chance to represent this town and to do what I can for the residents. But having served in elected office at our state level gave me another opportunity to appreciate what our country is all about, our citizenship is all about, and the benefits that comes with that. But let me talk a little bit about the other side of that coin. I talked about all the amazing benefits that I've had, and I know that all of you will enjoy those benefits as well. Hopefully not every one of you will do everything I've done, because that's quite a lot of things, but hopefully you'll be able to enjoy some of the benefits that I was able to achieve. But the other side of being a citizen is the obligation, the duties, the responsibilities that come with the citizenship. Because you're no longer just an American. You have just pledged your allegiance to American. And if you listen to Mr. Woods' statements when you read along with him when you did your oath, you just swore that you will defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. You also swore that you will put this country above all else. That even if you have heartfelt loyalties to another country where you're from, you might have your family, your parents, your relatives, your best friends, kids that you grew up with, living in the other country. You might love the food from the other country. You might have a religion that you share with people from the other country. You might have cultures and music and historical ties to the other country. The fact is, you just swore an oath that says, not anymore. From this moment on, I will put America above that other country. It doesn't mean you give up all those connections. It doesn't mean you ignore your friends and your family back home. It certainly doesn't mean that you don't speak that language and you don't practice their culture, you don't practice that religion, or you don't speak that language anymore, or that you don't eat that food anymore. What it means is, when there is a choice, when you are confronted with a situation, we have to choose one or the other. You must choose the United States of America. The hardest time is when your home country plays the United States in an Olympic game or World Cup. I've had my doubts as well sometimes, especially in World Cup, because America's not that great with soccer yet. The women are awesome, but the men, not quite. But when it comes to national sports like that, international sports, yeah, feel free to cheer for whoever. But when it comes to important things in America, your loyalty must be American. And here's what this means, and I'll conclude with this. Being an American comes with the obligation to defend and protect this country. What are things in this world that you would defend and protect? Think about it. Your home, your family. Who would you go out of your way to defend, put your life on the line to defend? Your loved ones, hopefully your spouses, your children, your grandparents, your parents. You would defend them at all costs. You just swore to do the same for this country. You have to put your life on the line to be willing to protect that. But in order for you to defend something that you care about, you must first love that thing. And so the most important obligation that we have as citizens of America is to love this country. Now, I know sometimes it's not easy to love this country. And I'll be the first to admit, I've been in politics myself for a while. There are times when things don't look great. There are times when things happen where you just feel like, wow, we could do so much better. Why are we not doing much better? But that's the point. America is not a perfect country. It was never meant to be the most perfect place. But exactly 237 years ago today, June 21, 1788, state of New Hampshire, state legislators there gathered and ratified the United States Constitution. They became the 9th state out of 13 at that time to ratify the Constitution. As a result, exactly 237 years ago today, the U.S. Constitution became alive. It became the law of the land. And we still, to this day, protect and defend that. When I was in politics, I used to carry this around all the time. I don't anymore, but this is a Constitution that I've memorized and read back and forth and studied as a lawyer. The Constitution starts off talking about we the people in order to form a more perfect union. Not a perfect union, because it's impossible to have a perfect union. To do something more perfect. That means every day you make it a little bit better. That, my friends, is your obligation as an American. Your obligation is to make America, take it, warts and all, faults and all, the problems and all, take this country that's been given to you, and you do your part to make it that much better, a little bit more perfect. And in order to do that, you have to love it. Love even those things that you don't care about too much. Love the people, even if sometimes they might irritate you, because America is founded on the idea that every one of us as an American is obligated to make this a better place. To be a better place as citizens, your number one job is to participate, get involved, vote. run for office if you want to, but more importantly, get involved in your community, get to know your neighbors, fight for their rights, and make sure that if you have a complaint or a problem, you address it the proper way by going to the government, working within the system to make the changes. So with that, I want to thank you once again for letting me be part of this conversation. I also want to congratulate you once again, and I'm so excited for you all, and I can't wait for the next one of these so that we can have more Americans become people that we love and care for. So thank you very much, and thank you to the staff here as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keam, for those wonderful remarks. I would like to invite Mr. Fouquet back to the podium to call the names of the candidates, and we present each of you with your certificate, graduation style, meaning coming from number one, you're going to come this way, grab the certificate, and come back this way. All right?
Zhenren Chen. Sandra Melena Covey. Kripa Amatya. Fatima Bagos. Mariam Faizai. Kiran Raha. Paksupong Bunumatat. Renee Mercado. Parham Safarian Bari. Ingrid Bonilla Mancias. Sudha Kumari Khosla.
She don't have to come up. We can bring it to her. Let her know. Let her know that we can bring it to her. Here we go, folks. Congratulations. We'll give it to her.
Eric Ankama. Tena Mai Kroma. Gayathri Tilakaratin.
That's good. Right, everybody got a certificate, correct? All All right. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get one round of applause for today's new citizens? I want to thank you all for joining us this afternoon to celebrate your citizenship. It's indeed a privilege for us to be able to be here with you today. I also want to thank Mr. Keam, Major Colbert, and the Town of Vienna staff for collaborating with USCIS for hosting this special naturalization ceremony here at the Community Center. And again, one big hurrah and round of applause for today's new citizens. Congratulations. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you.